Alright, stream is live, and we are only 7 minutes late. Probably want to switch it to displaying the correct game. So let's see. Let's see if I can fix that. We're going to want to include audio sources, and we're also going to want to include a game capture. And we're going to capture a specific window, with that window being not open, apparently. Does Portal feel like opening? There we go. And HL2.exe is not responding. Okay, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Window should be... Alright. Capture specific window, with that window being Portal with RTX. Okay. Switching to the game. If the game wants to display correctly in OBS. I'm going to switch it to running in a window without a border for a second. Can I have the game, please, OBS? Please, OBS, can I have a game that shows up for the stream, please? Okay. You know what? I'll just switch to a different scene then. I'll just modify the Minecraft scene to capture Portal. Will that work? Tell me, will it work? Why it do this? Center to screen. And then transform. Fit to screen. Does it want to display video, please? Can you hear the game? Okay. Okay, you can hear it. Probably not anymore, though. Okay. I'm going to have it switch to capturing any full screen application. And then I'm going to switch to making it full screen. Does this make it happy? OBS, you're killing me today. Why is the size of this all weird? No, the size should be 1920 by 1080p because that is the normal resolution that I stream at. Why would it be 90,000 pixels tall? In what universe could I possibly want that? And it changes itself back because why not? Okay. Okay. fine. Uh, have it stretch to bounds. Center box. Sure. Does that make it get captured correctly? Specific window, portal with RTX, please. Apologies to the 2 people watching on Twitch right now and the 0 people currently watching on YouTube. Okay. The other one, if you would like to send a message in chat, either giving or not giving your forgiveness, that would be appreciated. Okay. Does my speedrunning capture work? No, because I'm not using the same executable as usual. Okay. I guess I'll just switch to capturing my display then. Is that the correct monitor? Yes, it is. Okay. And then I also want to include Boxboy. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Okay, we're going to switch to using my display, because now you can actually see something. Look at that. Now you can actually see a game. And then it disappears as soon as I switch to the game. There we go. There we go. Okay. That is something. Okay. Finally. Portal with RTX. My friends. It is here. And for the next 2 hours, we're going to make fun of it. Unless it wows me, which, you know, it might. So first time through, should we do like a speedrun or should we just like play it normally? I think we should play it normally so we can like appreciate the work that was done to make this game look good in NVIDIA's technology, which is a total scam, but that's my opinion. Speedrun? Chat, what do you want? Speedrun or normal run first time? You can, yeah, if you want to. Define normal, because, like... Okay. Probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes. About 80% longer than a speedrun. Because I'm pretty good at this game. Like, even if I'm not trying to speedrun it, I'll still go pretty fast. Okay. So then I should actually try then. Okay. Get my splits up, you say? Okay, I can do that. Give me a moment. Need to actually start up. We're gonna want. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? What is it called? Live split. Yes, that's what it's called. That's what the application is called. It's called Live Split. And there it is. Okay. And we're gonna add. We're gonna add. And window capture. We're gonna add live split. Boom. Alright. To my streams? I don't think I can close caption live. Like, it's happening in real time. Okay, there we go. There is my splits. Alright. That's escape part 2. That's the second, or actually, since it's starting at 0, it's actually the third part of the escape sequence. Alright, we're gonna find out now if it actually captures the time correctly, because that's not guaranteed. New game. Portal does auto split, yes. The question is, does Portal RTX auto split? It does not. Okay, so we're not going to use the splitter. We're not going to use that because I don't even know how to use it without auto splitting because I've never had to. Because I don't know what the key is. I've never had to. Okay. Uh, that's a good excuse for me to also take a moment and um, we can actually adjust the graphics preset and I'm gonna actually drop the resolution to 1080p. I normally play at 1440, but this is a game that my GPU does not handle very well. I use an RTX 3070, and this card does struggle with this game. So, we'll see how that goes. Or is it going to mess up the scaling in OBS? It probably will. Okay, fine. We'll play at 1440p. And we're also going to need to remove live split. And there we go. I'm going to want to, there we go, actually display my screen correctly. There we go. And new game without auto splitter. Brandon, do you want to start the timer? Do you want to time me? Alright. So the rule is that when I stop moving, like so when I start getting out of the bed and I stand up, the minute I stop moving and I'm like actually consistently in a certain location standing, that is defined as the start of the run. The start of the run is when I stop moving to get out of the bed. Yeah. Alright. So it's gonna be like very noticeable because it's like a perfectly traced, perfectly done arc path, right? But it's gonna stop like on a dime. So that's when you can start the run. Alright? Cool. I'll say start if you're not if you don't do it in time. I'll just say start, but don't wait for me. Just like try to do it yourself. Cool? Alright. Unfortunately, NVIDIA's display for tracking FPS now, the tracking FPS does not work correctly in this game for some reason. Yep. Look, it's an RTX 4090, a card that I can't afford. I like how they upscaled like literally everything.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one. Your specimen has been processed, and we are now ready to begin the test proper. Before we start, however, keep in mind
that is not how lights work.
And learning are the primary goals of all Enrichment Center activities. Serious injuries may occur. For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from... Stand back. The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
My point was that while the light fixture itself was moving, the light source itself did not appear to be moving. Which,
excellent.
Given that this is a ray-traced game and everything, I would expect it to be doing that nicely.
However, note the incandescent particle field across the exit. This Aperture Science material emancipation grid will vaporize any unauthorized equipment that passes through it. For instance, the Aperture Science weighted storage cube.
Another thing,
Please place the weighted storage cube
because
on
Portal
1500
RTX
Aperture
is a
Science
different
32
install in the
superconducting
Steam
superbuffer.
library, I actually don't have my normal hotkeys for like saving and loading and such. So I can't even do that stuff.
Please move quickly to the chamber lock, as the effects of prolonged exposure to the button are not part of this test.
The point is that speedrunning this is going to be painful. That said, my frame rate is not so bad. It feels like about 60 FPS.
You're doing very well. Please be advised that a noticeable
But my computer can
taste of
usually
blood
run it at
is
about
not part of any
1440,
test
165
protocol,
FPS,
but
even
is an
over than
unintended
higher than that
side effect
sometimes.
of the aperture science material emancipation grill, which may, in semi-rare cases, emancipate dental fillings, crowns, tooth enamel, and teeth. Very good. You are now in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. With it, you can create your own portals. These intradimensional gates have proven to be completely safe. The device, however, has not. Do not touch the operational end of the device. Do not look directly at the operational end of the device. Well done. Remember, the Aperture Science Bring Your Daughter to Work Day is the perfect time to have her tested.
Right. Brandon, in a few seconds, I'm going to ask you to pause the timer, alright? I'm going to give you a countdown, and after hitting 1, we're going to wait 1 beat, and then we're going to pause, alright? So I'm going to hit escape, and you're going to hopefully pause the timer at the same time.
You're doing
right?
quite well.
Okay. I'm going to do it at the next load at the elevator, probably.
Once again, excellent work. As part of our required test protocol, we will not monitor the next test chamber. You will be entirely on your own. Good luck.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, pause. Alright. What I want to do is I want to turn down the audio a bit because GLaDOS is way too loud. Okay. Unpause. 3, 2, 1, unpause. How was that?
As part
Yeah.
of the required test protocol, our previous statement suggesting that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication. Good job. As part of a required
GLaDOS
test
is not too loud
protocol,
anymore.
we
That's
will
the main
stop
thing.
enhancing the truth in 3, 2.
According to OBS, I have yet to drop a frame, so that's nice. I dropped my bit rate a few days ago, and ever since I've not dropped frames, so that's good. Okay, there's actually a skip for this one, so I'll do it.
While safety is one of many enrichment center
There we go.
goals, the Aperture Science high energy pellet seen to the left of the chamber
Yeah, you don't actually have to
can
solve that
and
one.
has caused permanent disabilities such as vaporization.
You could just position the portal correctly, and then you could just not do the puzzle. Anything weird? No, the game looks about normal to me.
Warning devices
This
are
is exactly how I
required
remember
on
it.
all mobile equipment. However, alarms
No, I
and
couldn't do it on the
flashing
first try.
lights have been found to agitate the high energy pellet and have therefore been disabled for your safety. Good. Now use the Aperture Science
I wasn't able to do the trick.
stationary scaffold to reach the chamber lock.
If I had my hotkeys, I probably could have like saved load to get a second attempt at that trick, but I don't have my hotkeys. Because normally I have the R key to save, and then I have the F key to load. And what I can do is as soon as I position myself for that
Please note
trick,
that we
I
have
can
added a
hit the save key,
consequence for failure.
and then if I fail
Any
it, I can
contact
hit the
with
load key
chamber floor
immediately.
will result in an unsatisfactory mark on your official testing record, followed by death. Good luck.
Okay, this acid is not from Portal 1. This acid is from Portal 2. I've been told that they actually did copy over several assets from Portal 2, where they tried to make certain things more like Portal 2, which isn't a bad thing. It's just like, I would prefer to be more faithful to the first game, because the two games do have very different art styles. subtly
The
different, but
Enrichment
different
Center
still. And whoa, the game just crashed. Crashed to desktop. Okay. Probably not wise to try and speedrun, given that it's a mod and it seems to be not the most stable thing in the world. Uh, okay. All right. Let's try that again, shall we? Hopefully, I have a save for that, so I don't have to go all the way back. There we go. All right, load game. We are on chamber 8, so we're
The Enrichment Center regrets to
about
inform you that this
2/5 of the way
next
through.
test is impossible. Make no attempt to solve it. Fantastic. You remain resolute and resourceful in an atmosphere of extreme pessimism.
Extreme pessimism. Yeah, the game crashed. I do like the inclusion of windows here. It lets you actually see the elevator moving, which in the base
Hello
game is
again.
not possible.
To reiterate, previous one. Momentum. Spectacular. You appear to understand how a portal affects forward momentum, or to be more precise, how it does not.
Alright. Can I do the trick? Yes, I can. That's one of my favorite tricks because... Oh, what you can do... I discovered this by accident a while ago. I'm sure I'm not the first person to do it. But you can position yourself such that you can get a double fling on that one chamber so that you can do both parts of that
The
fling
Enrichment
at
Center
once.
promises to always provide a safe testing environment. In dangerous testing environments,
And another crash. Portal RTX does not like speedrunning. Either that, or it's too much for my hardware. Does not seem like the most stable thing ever. And by the way, before anyone in chat asks, yes, I do actually have the latest driver. So it shouldn't be that. But because of these issues, let's welcome Carbon Cow to the chat. I think let's bump it down to performance because I did notice some issues with artifacts and such. Graphics preset, let's switch it down to high. And see if that doesn't
testing
cause as many problems.
The Enrichment Center promises to always provide useful advice. For instance, the floor here will kill you. Try to avoid it. The device has been modified so that it can now manufacture two linked portals at once.
The frame rate
As
is
part of an optional
noticeably
test
lower now.
protocol, we are pleased to present an amusing fact.
But that's because I turned off
The device
DLSS
is now
3.
more valuable than the organs and combined incomes of everyone in.
Subject hometown here.
Sorry, repeat.
Get boosted, flame
Uh,
yourself.
DLSS is NVIDIA's thing for boosting frame rates by kind of using AI to kind of predict what the image should be. Like it's supposed to render the game at a low resolution and then upscale to a high resolution. That's kind of what it's supposed to do. If you have one of the new 4000 cards, you can also have it generate frames between frames to make the illusion or the appearance of a better frame rate. The idea is that the frames in between frames are not real frames. They are AI generated images that are supposed to simulate what should be done between frames. It's basically an educated guess, and the idea is that the educated guess is supposed to be faster than real rendering, but it's also less accurate.
Will be dispatched to revive you with peptic salve and adrenaline. As part of a previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be missed. gamma leaking portal technology must be informed that they may be informed of applicable regulatory compliance issues.
I do like how they've
No further
upscaled like every
compliance
texture in the
information
game.
is required or will be provided,
That's nice.
and you are an
Like, look at that
excellent
texture.
test
That's
subject.
nice. Yes. Oh, question. Are you still timing?
The Enrichment
Okay,
Center
good.
is committed to the well-being of all
Just because the game crashes
participants.
does not mean I want you to stop timing.
And brief counseling will be available at the
Oh,
conclusion
really?
of the test. Thank you for
Well, thank you very
helping
much.
us help you help us all.
I mean, it's the RTX mod. It might not even be submittable anyway. I'm not sure if they even allow mods like that, so... Nor do I really care, but... One complaint I will make is that they are using the DirectX 8 version of the game and not the DirectX 9 version. The DirectX 9 version has better looking portals, I would say, in my opinion, so I would prefer it use that version. But for the most part, it's not a noticeable difference.
Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck.
Yes. No.
Well done, Android. The Enrichment Center once again reminds you that Android Hell is a real place where you will be sent at the first sign of defiance.
Yes, the protagonist of Portal is a woman named Chell, and she has no last name as far as we know. The games confirm on multiple occasions that she's
The
adopted,
vital
and
apparatus will
yeah,
deliver
that's
a
all we
weighted
really know about her.
companion cube in 3.
She also never speaks in the games, which could be
This weighted companion cube
like
will accompany
like
you
maybe she
through
just
the
doesn't
test
talk in
chamber.
general, or maybe she
Please
just doesn't
take
talk
care of
during
it.
the games. Oh wait, no, I just remembered. No, at one point the
The
writers
sentence was
confirmed she
commonly
does
produced
actually
for
have the
Enrichment
ability to
Center
speak. She just
testing on
chooses not to.
superstition, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations.
What's
The
that?
Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion
Uh,
cube will never threaten
They never
to stab
confirmed
you
why
and,
Gordon Freeman doesn't
in
speak.
fact, cannot speak.
The way I always read it for Gordon Freeman
The
was
Enrichment
that
Center reminds you that
he
the
does
weighted
speak,
companion
and that he
cube
even speaks
cannot
during the
speak.
game,
In the event that the
but that
weighted
they remove
companion
it for the
cube
player
does speak, the
for
Enrichment
immersion
Center
purposes.
urges you to disregard its advice.
That's always been like my own interpretation of it, though. So it's not like it's actually like canon or anything.
You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck. However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized. You euthanized your faithful companion cube more quickly than any test subject on record. Congratulations.
Aw, thanks, GLaDOS. She said I euthanized my faithful companion cube more quickly than any test subject on record. I'm her favorite.
The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake.
you see that, like, those artifacts from, like, the motion there? That was kind of weird. Like, when I'm moving really quickly, there's, like, some weird artifacting or something like that.
Be advised that the next test requires exposure to
Uh,
uninsulated
no, like,
electrical
the
bars
edges of
that
the
may be
panels,
dangerous
they were,
under
like,
certain conditions.
duplicating. They
For
had, like,
more
this weird
information, please attend an
replication,
Enrichment
I
Center's
guess. I don't know. If you looked at it
electrical
frame by
safety
frame, you could
seminar.
probably see it. Alright. Oh, right, this is the chamber where the door doesn't have a
Welcome
hitbox.
to the final test. When you are done, you will drop the device in the Equipment Recovery Annex. Enrichment
I
Center
forget if it's actually
regulations
legal to go
requires
through
all
it before you
hands
would normally
to
be able to.
empty before any cake.
I assume it is, because, like, it doesn't have a hitbox. Come on, just, like, walk
The
through it.
test is now over. All Aperture technologies remain
Like,
safe
that's not a
and
glitch, that's just bad
operational
game design.
4,000 degrees Kelvin. Rest assured that there is absolutely no chance of a dangerous equipment malfunction prior to your victory incandescence.
Fair point.
Thank you for participating in this Aperture Science computer-aided enrichment activity. Goodbye. What are you doing? Stop it. We are pleased that
Whoa.
you made it through the
The
final
pipes look different now.
where we pretended we were going to murder you. We are very, very happy for your success. We are throwing a party
They-
in honor of your tremendous success.
They normally look a bit more
Place the
plasticky
device
rather
on
than
the ground, then lie on
glassy.
your stomach with your arms at your sides. A party associate will arrive shortly to collect you for your party.
We've reached the part where Gladys is super
Make
loud.
no further attempt to leave the testing area. Assume the party escort submission position or you will miss the party.
I've got two big questions for Portal RTX. Whoa, that is kind of borked. Besides that pipe. They were like flickering. But I've got two questions for Portal RTX. First question is, how do they handle the portal, or the boss fight at the end with GLaDOS at the end? Yeah. Like, did they switch the GLaDOS model to the Portal 2 model? Or the Portal 1 model, they just keep that? Or something in between? Because there's been a trend I've seen so far where... Oh, hi. Where they've just switched several of the models out. And I'm curious if they'll keep to that with the GLaDOS fight, or if they'll use the Portal 1 model. The other question is, and this is personally my single biggest problem with Portal 1. Actually, it's the only issue I have with it that keeps it from being a perfect game. Besides the sometimes weirdness of the physics engine, which I can partially forgive because it's a Source 1 game with a physics engine. Like, that's kind of forgivable. But what always irked me about physics, or about Portal 1, was that the ending cutscene was clearly intended for FOVs less than, like around 75, and aspect ratios at 4:3. I say that because there's a part where you can actually see the end of a texture when you shouldn't be able to, but only if you're playing at 16:9 at a relatively high FOV like I do. Which, if they made this game today, they wouldn't have done that. Like, that is a symptom of this game being relatively old. Because it was made near the end of the transition to 16:9. And maybe I'm the oddball for playing at a 90-degree FOV, but that's what I do whenever I play at first-person games. Is I always use a 90-degree FOV, so I can't be the only one, right? And it just seems odd to me, like the game wouldn't be prepared for that.
It didn't have to be like this.
Especially because 90-degree FOV is a setting you can use. Like, they are prepared for that. 90. Yeah.
all the cake is gone. You don't even care, do you? This is your last
The
chance.
default is 75 degrees. So it's like a smaller range that you can see, right? And I guess it's partially just personal preference, but for me, I've always preferred 90. Like I actually, when I'm playing Minecraft, like I actually go even higher. I think. I don't know what I do in Minecraft, but it's high. I know it's relatively high. I think I go with the Quake Pro setting, which I'm not sure what that actually is in degrees, but I know it's high.
Uh-oh.
16 by 9. 137 is your Quake Pro. Okay. Huh. Okay.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it?
I don't
Because
remember this
despite
entire
your
room being
violent
check-marked
behavior,
before.
the only thing you've managed to break
No,
so
it
far
was. It was just
is
less
that
noticeable
heart.
with the old lighting.
Maybe you could settle for that, and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you. Deploying surprise in 5, 4. Time out for a second.
Oh
That
no.
wasn't supposed to happen. Do you see that thing that fell
That's
out
the
of
wrong
me?
portal.
What is that? It's not the surprise. I've never seen it before. Never mind. It's a mystery I'll solve.
And it got
later.
stuck
Nice
on
job.
the thing.
Because you'll be dead. I wouldn't bother with
It's a bit late
thing.
for that.
My guess is that touching it will just make your life even worse somehow. But
That
are you
said,
taking that
they
thing?
are obviously using the Portal 2 core models, or something closer to it.
Kidding me. Did you just let that
And
Aperture Science
GLaDOS
thing you don't know what it
is
does into an
mostly
Aperture
Portal 2,
Science
but the head is
Emergency
Portal 1.
Intelligence Incinerator? That
The
has got to be the
spheres are
dumbest thing
definitely
that-
Portal 2.
Whoa.
But yeah, the body is mostly Portal 2.
Good news.
Huh.
I figured
Okay.
out what that thing you just incinerated.
It's weird, like they changed everything that you
It
wouldn't
wasn't
notice
already
to be
cool
Portal
so
2,
after I
but
flooded
the
the
most noticeable
enrichment
part,
center
the
with
head,
deadly
is not
neurotoxin
changed.
to make me stop flooding the enrichment center with a
You
deadly
now might be a good time for you to like
neurotoxin, so
Google
get
her look in
comfortable
Portal 2
while I
for
warm up the
comparison.
neurotoxin emitters. Huh.
Wow, that's hard to
Oh,
read.
I've got some ancillary responsibilities. I can't shut off the turret defenses. Oh well. If you want my advice, you should just lie down in front of a rocket. Trust me. Neurotoxin. All right. Keep doing whatever it is.
You said I mean,
you're
right?
doing. Killing you and giving you good advice aren't mutually exclusive. The rocket
Why?
is the way to go.
There we go.
That thing you
Yeah, this isn't much of a speedrun anymore.
damage
2 plus 2 is
in baseball.
Almost certainly, I'd say.
Behavior. Well,
PB right now would be,
destroy that part of me.
I think it's like
As much as I
24 something,
I
2450
can't
something.
get the
Yeah.
neurotoxin into your head any faster. I'd just like to point out that you were given every opportunity to succeed.
I haven't put one on speedrun.com in a while.
Neurotoxin. So deadly. Joking.
There's a few skips that I don't have down.
The deadly was in massive
Also,
size.
they know how to run faster than I do.
Gas in this stuff. Put it on serum,
Uh,
rub it right
There's
in
some
your mouth.
quirks to source engine movement that you can kind of use to go a little bit faster, and I don't know them.
And are going to find its
yet.
deadliness a lot less funny. Who's gonna make the cake when I'm gone?
Time. That should be sub 26.
You don't have a whole lot left to waste.
All right, we'll say that I lost some due to load times. Cause like really though, like normally I had time without loads, and that was with loads. So that's definitely sub 26. Okay. Wow, this is like totally broken right now. Like it's jittering all over the place. That's horrible. Okay, here's the part. Correct. Now here's the part that bothers me. There's gonna be a texture that's gonna go off the screen in a second now. I'm curious if they left it in or not. It'll be in the top right corner. They left it in! Oh, that looks awful. That looks actually terrible. They they bothered to put a 4090 inside of Hoopy the Hoop, but they didn't fix the trees. And look at the right side. They just cut off. What? Because that's what they literally are in the original. That's exactly how they are in the original. The problem was that they changed the skybox so that now there's a giant like black smoke thing that makes it obvious where the end of the texture is. Oh, the game crashed again. Yeah, okay. Um, they didn't fix the things I wanted them to fix. That bothers me. Okay. Now we're gonna go through more slowly and just like try to pick it apart. Uh, kind of examine what they're doing with this thing. Um, I don't know why it's crashing so much. Like it was actually working really nicely for me earlier today. I was streaming it to my laptop during lectures today because I just couldn't wait to play it. Oh, streamed it. I just streamed it over Wi-Fi to my laptop from my computer, because you know it's on the same Wi-Fi network because I'm on campus. So it's actually pretty quick. It's like very low latency. Frame rate was great. My laptop actually didn't even drain its battery the whole time because you know it's streaming 1080p video. It's not actually playing a game, so it's great. Honestly, if latency and video quality was improved, I would stream games more. But the latency is too high for me to do it often. Um, and there's some kind of broken parts about streaming games that I don't like. Mainly that sometimes resolution scaling is like difficult and annoying to deal with. So yeah, that's why I don't do it more. All right, this time we're gonna do this slow playthrough without a timer, just because I want to hyper analyze everything. Okay, that's something that's kind of weird. Why don't I unlock the chambers as I play through them? Because like we've played all of these chambers, why can't I unlock them and like start from those chambers? Because you can do that in the normal game. That's weird. All right, we're gonna do a normal playthrough, and then we're gonna start with we're gonna try and hack maps from Half-Life 2 into Portal with RTX. Because they're using the same engine, and they're pretty much the same game at a kind of low level, so it actually is possible. All I should have to do is just get the DirectX 8 versions of the Portal or of the Half-Life 2 maps, and then I should be able to actually play them in Portal with RTX. And then it'd be interesting to see how Portal plays, or how Half-Life 2 with RTX plays. You know what? I probably should enable Developer Console. Keyboard, Advanced, Enable Developer Console. Boom. New game. There we go. And that way I can actually load levels directly and all that stuff, which is going to be helpful. Okay, so let's pause a second because I want to turn down Glauda some more. She was still too loud. Because I want to complain about stuff. And Chad, this is the part where you can talk to me about your thoughts. Let's see, we want that on. Actually, we want custom, and we want super resolution mode. Probably want ultra performance because I don't feel like suffering today. I know, 3070 problems. The crazy thing is, all right, you want to hear my anti-RTX rant? Okay, you're gonna hear it again. I've owned an RTX graphics card for a year, and already I can tell RTX is a scam. And I say that because it seems abundantly clear, or at the very least, what I'd say is that the way that Nvidia is handling it is kind of uh, hmm, it's very obvious that they're pushing this technology to sell graphics cards, which, like, well, of course they are. They are a company that makes graphics cards. But what's problematic about that is, um, you know, if um, if the games are not using the technology, then people aren't going to buy the cards, right? So Nvidia is pushing for games to use the technology uh, as they want to, and that's why you see stuff like Minecraft RTX, or you see Quake 2 RTX, or Portal with RTX. In all three cases, I can say pretty confidently, Valve had almost nothing to do with this, or it had almost nothing to do with Quake RTX, or Mojang probably had almost nothing to do with Minecraft RTX, and you can tell because look at the content. Like in Minecraft case, it's pretty easy to tell because you can only use RTX in maps that have been set up to support it, and the only ones that do that are if you get a resource pack, which was made by like a third party on the marketplace, or you just like siloed it in off of like some website, or if you load up a map on the marketplace which has been set up to use ray tracing, and almost all of the maps on the Minecraft marketplace are by Nvidia. So the only people on the Minecraft side of things who are really pushing RTX are Nvidia. Like Mojang doesn't seem to really care. And then look at the Portal side of things. All I can tell that Valve really did was that they made an announcement on the Portal Steam page, and that was it. And then Nvidia did almost all the other hyping. Um, and then the Quake thing, I don't think it did much for that. So it seems to me like the game designers and developers don't really care. It's mostly Nvidia pushing this to sell graphics cards. And it kind of shows because I think that the artistic vision has been sacrificed in some of these cases. Um, I'm going to go through it with Portal. Although it does seem like in the time between publishing that first trailer and publishing this, they did largely fix it. And I suspect that might have been part of the reason why they delayed the release by about half a month, was to address fan criticism. Yeah, um, that is good of them. So that's nice. But especially at the end of that last playthrough, it became kind of obvious, oh, they're not fixing stuff that I personally care about. They're just fixing things that seem kind of surface level. And then at the end there, it just falls apart like, oh, not only did they not fix the most glaring problem with Portal 1's ending graphically, which is that there's the texture that ends at the wrong spot, and if you have a playing at a high resolution or with a high FOV, especially if you're playing 16 by 9, you're gonna notice that. Actually, you know what I'll do? When we get to that section at the end of the game, I'll drop down my FOV to 75, and then we'll be just playing at 16 by 9 normal FOV, and we'll see if this still happens. I bet it still will. Which, like, at that point, it's unforgivable. At that point, though, you might say it's more Valve's fault, because what NVIDIA's doing here is mostly just upscaling the models and textures that already exist. And, yeah, you're right. At that point, it would be mostly Valve's fault. Um, but they did swap out the GLaDOS texture. They did swap out the GLaDOS's model and texture. So, I don't know. They changed so much else. How hard would it be to make a tree texture a bit longer? Right? Right? Yeah.
Your specimen has been processed, and
Alright.
we are now ready
Yeah, so
to begin the testing
play a bit
process.
longer just to
Before we start,
point stuff out.
however, keep in
Um,
mind that although fun
and then
and learning are the primary goals of
we'll
all
see how it goes.
Enrichment Center activities,
Actually, you know what? Let's put it on Ultra. It's gonna crash more, but we'll get like a better idea of what they intended.
For your own safety and the safety of others, please refrain from.
I'm gonna have to go back to suffering low frame rates. Oh, I didn't even say the worst thing about RTX, which is that all right. According to the Steam hardware survey, one of the most popular GPUs on the market for a long time now has been the GTX 1060, which is a really good bang for the buck card from several years ago. And look at lots of games on Steam, even ones that were released recently. The recommended GPU for it is the 1060. Even games released today will have that. Like it's like designers are making games with that graphics card in mind today because it's like the most popular thing in the world. Like if you target that thing, you know that pretty much your entire user base can play that thing. Like most people are gonna have something like that or better. Most people will have a 1060 or better. So, and then your minimum spec can be like a 1050, a 1030, something like that. I don't know. Well, 1030 is a relatively new card, so maybe not that, but um, it's a relatively new garbage card, but it's still a new card. Um, so, like here, performance-wise, if you look at like the performance benchmarks for ported with RTX, it's very clear that they are designing this thing to target the new, really high-end RTX 4000 cards, which, like, yeah, of course, it's a tech demo. Of course, they're going to target the current stuff. But it kind of shows me, it kind of proves to me that RTX is not a technology that's intended to enhance the art. It's intended to sell expensive hardware. Uh, and you can tell because of the fact that they didn't even really try to make something for the older RTX cards. Look at those benchmarks, and you'll see that something like a RTX 2060, which, by the way, the 60 cards, those are supposed to be like the normal average cards for that generation. Those are the ones that everyone gets. That's the idea. The 1060, everyone gets that, right? It's still the most popular card on Steam. 2060, that's like the standard for that generation. And then, or actually, it was more the 60 and 60 for that generation because RTX was still brand new back then and people were not really buying into it. 3060 for the current, or all still barely current generation, and then 4060 will come out in a few months probably. So you would think if someone has a card from 2 generations ago and had like the normal card for 2 generations ago, the 2060, they should still be able to play this thing, right? Look at the benchmarks online; they get like 13 FPS. It was like a normal mid-range card 2 generations ago. That's 6 years or so. You shouldn't have to replace your GPU every 6 years. The 1060 is still going strong, and that thing is like 8 years old. RTX is a scam. That's what it is. It's intended to sell cards, not to make games better. The motives are flipped here. Like, yes, they do actually enhance the games, but the motives, there's like, a conflict of interest here, I'd say.
The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
True. You are correct. My point is that I've encountered a lot of people online who don't really see that. And I'm like, that's just wrong though. Like this is obviously meant to encourage you to buy a new expensive card every couple of years. Because even the 30 series cards, like mine, are struggling. Like I have to use ultra performance DLSS mode to get it to run at ultra. Whereas the 4090 can get playable frame rates without DLSS turned on. Like, or here's something, alright? Alt X. Image quality settings. Graphics presets. You've got ultra and high. There is no medium. There is no low. If there was a medium or a low, I bet that a 2060 could do this just fine. Like, right. So why isn't there a medium and a low? Like, how hard could that be? You're just like, there's settings in here that you can toggle, right? So if I go to ultra and then switch to custom, I've still got. I can drop the max light balances. I can still turn off enhanced assets, which, by the way, that's referring to the upscaling assets. Motion blur, like, why would you even want motion blur? Come on, like, everyone turns that off. Um, Actually, now that I think about it, this is a new install of Portal, so it might not be turned off here either. Is it? No, it's enabled. It's disabled. Good, good, good. Um, and yeah, like there's or denoising quality. You you really couldn't include a medium or a low for denoising quality, or same for texture quality. Why does it have to be ultra and high? Right? Right? Like, especially because we're all aware that this enhancing that they're doing, like the AI, the texture quality here, those are AI upscaled textures. Because that's how this works. This is showing off the thing they call RTX Remix, where you can automatically remaster games for RTX. So if they're doing an AI upscale anyway, why not include a low and a medium for the 2060 owners? Huh? Like, the scam shows. Like, this is clearly meant to show, hey, your 3060, your 2060 is too old. Upgrade now. Yeah. So, yeah, like, your card doesn't even support RTX. Although technically you probably could get it to work. I saw someone getting it to work on the Steam Deck earlier today, but they got at they said they had 60 FPM. Yeah, right. Totally unplayable, right? So yeah, let's keep playing. We'll see what they were trying to do here. All right, so here's something cool. The button is
Attention.
glass now.
Please move quickly
Oh,
through
I'm
the
trapped here.
chamber lock as the effects of prolonged
But
exposure
yeah,
to the
they've
button
made the
are
button
not part of
glass.
this test.
Like it. Oh, I can actually switch you. I can switch to show you the old textures. All right, so enhancement assets. That apparently makes these like totally impossible to see through, but that's the original, right? Yeah. Um, Obviously that's not quite accurate for the original because you could actually see through the windows before. Um, but like for the most part, it's like kind of accurate. I don't like the new Portal animations, but obviously because they're based on DirectX 8 and not 9, it's kind of there was a smoother animation for DirectX 9 that they didn't carry over for 8. Um, so that's a thing. Actually, can I check options, video, advanced, hardware DirectX level 7? It's 7? Wow, it's lower than I thought.
You're doing well.
So
Well,
DirectX is
please be
Microsoft's
advised that
API
this
for
demonstration so
graphics in
far is
Windows
not part of
games,
any test protocol, but is an
and every new
unintended
Windows
side
version
effect
comes with a
of the
upgrade to
association's
DirectX. The
materially
current version is
emancipation
called
3,
DirectX
which
12
aims
Ultimate,
to
and it came with
simulate
Windows 10.
faces, emancipate dental fillings,
At least I
eyes,
think it did.
tooth enamel, and
It
teeth.
might have been DirectX 12 with Windows 10, and then a couple years later they went to Ultimate. Point is, current one is DirectX 12, uh, or DirectX 12 Ultimate,
Very
which is
good.
an upgraded DirectX
You are
12.
now in possession
Um,
of the Aperture
and
Science
Portal
handheld portal
launched with
device.
DirectX 9,
With it,
or at
you
least
can
it
create
has
your
DirectX
own
9 support
portals.
now.
These interdimensional
So it
spaces
seems
have
odd to
proven to
me
be
that
completely
their
safe. The
RTX
device,
remix of
however,
it
has not.
is
You
using
have
an
touched
older
the
version,
operational
or
end
is
of the
using
device.
a
You
version
now
of the
look
game
directly
that
at the
uses the
operational
older
end of the device. Do not simmer.
uses the
Well
older
then,
thing.
remember, the Aperture
Yeah,
Science Bring Your Daughter to Work Day is the perfect time to have her tested.
I want to see something. Okay, look at the animation on the orange portal when I move the blue one. That's not the smoothest thing ever. Like, it snaps instantly and then it fades. Like, you see that, right? Snap instantly and then fade. Yeah, especially because that's not how the original game looked. It actually, it didn't. Well, it did fade, but it didn't fade from partial transparency to full transparency. It faded from full opaque to full transparency, so that it didn't have to snap. Or when it was snapped, it was a fully transparent. It was a fully opaque picture, so
Once
you didn't
again,
need to
excellent work. As part of
do
a
that. Yeah,
required test protocol,
someone who's
we
played
will
Portal
now
knows what I mean,
monitor the next test chamber. You will be
or someone who's played
assigned
as
a
much as I have
leader
knows what I
role.
mean.
Good luck.
One cool thing I like the inclusion of windows here. That's kind of, oh, look at that. Look at the I think when I'm sometimes in motion, they've got like some kind of smoothing effect they're trying to do. I think that's actually the interframe smoothing that they're trying to do. But I thought that was exclusive to 4,000 cards, so I'm not
As
sure.
part of a required test protocol,
Um,
our previous statement suggesting
yeah,
that we would not monitor this chamber was an outright fabrication.
I do like the new
Good job.
textures. They
As
are
part
nice.
of a required test protocol, we will stop enhancing the truth in 3, 2,
Yeah, that's the thing about playing games that you've been playing for a while, and you also speak in glitchless most of the time. I can still see the pixels. Can you? Okay. So the trick here is you place your portal there, and then you just walk off the end, and it should just put you right there immediately. Obviously, I won't do that now because... Oh, wait. Okay. So, I'm gonna not solve this immediately.
Please be careful.
Okay. So, this here is... I called it a receptacle. I don't know if it actually has like an official name. But the idea is you put the pellet into that. And what I've observed playing Portal RTX is that when the pellet is in front of a white surface, it can be difficult to see it. Like, watch when it's going in front of that bit right there. When it's right here. Like, you can barely see it. Yeah, right? Because it lights up everything around it. And so you're just watching basically a light source. It's almost invisible. So that's gonna make the game a bit more difficult. And that's RTX doing it. It doesn't actually... I think it does emit a small amount of light, but not that much in the original, so... That's a thing. And then this here, if I understand correctly, in the trailers, the dot wasn't actually visible. So you didn't actually know where to place your portal. So, it was just not there. Because in the original game, this dot is not a real, like, beam of light from this. It's actually placed there artificially by the game designers. And as I understand it, in the original process of making this, they removed all of the light sources that the game, like, faked. So that got removed. So without that, the game is a lot harder. And even then, you'll see that it kind of becomes difficult to see in some light levels. So it's not the most faithful thing to Portal's identity as a puzzle game.
Subject name here. Must be the pride of. Subject phone call.
Alright, so what I observed before on the elevator was that there seemed to be the game trying to fill in the space, like as the elevator moves, right? What you'll see is that relative to you, the rest of the environment is going to move downward, right? And so you'll see that segment of the wall moved downward, but since you cannot currently see the parts above that, that's like empty space, right? So what I saw was that it kind of tried to fill it in by extending what was below, but it didn't do so perfectly, and it had some weird artifacting on it. And so I could tell, oh, they are clearly faking this. This is not actually there. Um, and I wasn't sure how to understand that because I thought that was exclusive to 4,000 cards. Um, but right here, they're calling it DLSS 3.0, which I think is the version for the 4000 cards. So the fact that I am seeing that might mean that no, they're actually a thing on the 3000 cards too. It's just worse at it. So I'm gonna focus on the windows the entire time with the elevator this time. I want to see if you can see it. I'll tell you if I've seen it. See it? Do you see it? Oh. I could 100% see it. You can like kind of, it's like looping the texture that's visible. You saw it? Okay, so I'm not insane.
Alarms and flashing hazard lights have been found to agitate. Good.
Okay.
Now use the aperture science unstationary.
Yeah, that's not normal. That's not normal. Yeah, that kind of irks me. So I'd say that it's very impressive, but obviously my instinct is to bash it because I love to bash big companies. Because, you know, hey, punching up is fun, and punching down feels bad. So if I can punch and like make fun of someone who I know deserves it, you know, I don't feel bad about it. So it's Nvidia; they deserve it. All right, so there's the orange light, and actually there it's a little bit off from where I think it should be. So I'm gonna aim for where it is and see if we hit. We're good. All right. Okay. I was too slow though. Okay. So that texture right there, that little animation, that flashing animation on the inside there, is at a kind of low frame rate. Whoa! Look at that antenna. It was like flashing there. You can tell that's because it's upscaling the image. It's like, in reality, that's at a low resolution where, like, on some frames, that antenna is not even visible, and on some it is. And so when it upscales it, well, it's going from, like, full thickness to no thickness every other frame, and it causes it to, like, flash. Which is weird because I'm not even moving the mouse, so... Like, I'm not even moving, like, it shouldn't be affecting that, but no, because of how RTX works, it kind of does still. Alright. So look at that texture there. Like, that does not look good. That's, like, flashing at, like, half hertz, right? And then it kind of disappears because you can see, like, the fringes when you're at an extreme angle on it. That's something that I would have liked to see fixed on a remaster of Portal. But given the nature of this remaster, this isn't a Portal remaster. This is Portal with RTX. So they're not fixing things that are obviously wrong with Portal. They are adding RTX features to Portal. This is why real complaints that I have about Portal don't get fixed here. Like, if Valve was going to do a remaster of Portal, they would have done it completely differently. At the same time, though, Valve, please don't remaster Portal.
Please note that any appearance of danger is
I don't want them to do it.
to enhance your testing experience.
Valve has a bad history with remasters. Or at least with the ones from them that I've played, they're not good.
The Enrichment Center regrets to inform you
At least,
this next test is
okay, in Valve's defense, they've only done it once. Well, hold on. I haven't actually played Day of Defeat, so I'm not sure if it actually is. Does someone in the chat know if Day of Defeat Source is a remaster of Day of Defeat or not? Or Brandon, you could look it up too. Like, is Day of Defeat Source a game people like, and B, is it actually a remaster of Day of Defeat? Because I haven't actually played either of those games, and so I wouldn't know.
Hello again. To reiterate,
Day of Defeat. Day of Defeat Source versus Day of Defeat. Because Half-Life Source... Okay. Because Day of Defeat is... Because Half-Life Source is a remaster of Half-Life. And Counter-Strike Source is kind of a remaster of Counter-Strike. So I would kind of imagine that Day of Defeat Source is the same way. But as I understand it, Half-Life Source is a buggy mess that's basically unplayable in modern days. Um, Day of Defeat Source, for some reason, is actually really well liked, more so than the original Day of Defeat.
The enrichment center
And
promises
Counter
you
Strike
always
Source,
provide a
I
safe
don't know if anyone
entry
plays it
environment.
anymore, but
With
actually no,
fewer
people still play it.
special
I'm sure people still play it.
environments, the enrichment center
It's just
promises you
not that many
always
of them.
provide useful advice. For
So,
instance,
of
before
the
you
Valve
open,
remasters
try
that are
to
really well
avoid it.
known, there's only one, and
Realize
it's
that you
Half-Life
are
Source, and everyone
advancing
hates
and
it.
can now manufacture two linked portals at once.
But there are two
As
others
part of
that
an
I think
optional
are.
test
Well,
protocol,
go
we are
ahead.
pleased to
What'd you find?
present an amusing fact. The device is now more valuable than the organs and combined incomes of everyone in
Okay.
Subject 1 Yes.
Okay, I wouldn't go by Metacritic because the main problem with Valve's remasters is not the initial state of them. Like with Half-Life Source, I think initially it was actually pretty good. Uh, that said, I wasn't actually a gamer in 2003, so I wouldn't know. Um, I was two. So, so as I understand it, though, uh, Valve realized that, well, for one thing, Half-Life Source and Half-Life the original are on two different game engines. Source refers to the new game engine. So any updates to the engine going forward could be pushed to Half-Life Source, but not to Half-Life. And so Half-Life has been left mostly unchanged since its initial release. Obviously, it has been changed to integrate Steam and to do other things, but it's largely the same game compared to like at an engine level at least. Whereas Half-Life Source has kind of had lots of changes pushed to it over the years from later Source games, but many of them were not actually thoroughly tested on Half-Life Source, so they actually break things. And I think about halfway through Half-Life Source, the game is almost entirely unplayable to the point where like you have insane visual errors on screen that make it impossible to tell what you're doing. Like parts of the level will just like phase through each other and be flashing on the screen, and it's horrible. But even before then, you've got weirdness where like scientists will try to sit down in chairs, but they'll be levitating about 2 feet off the seat of the chair. So like there will be a scientist who's clearly in the pose for sitting in a chair, but he's not in the chair. He's about 2 feet above the chair. It's like his legs are like he's floating off the chair. Like you can look for pictures of it probably. Or there's an enemy in Half-Life 2 or Half-Life 1 and well all the Half-Life games really, but it's called a barnacle. And it has a tongue that kind of lifts you up off the ground if you touch it. And if you get pulled off the ground enough that it actually like you can actually reach the head of the barnacle, it'll start dealing damage. Well, um the in Half-Life Source for some reason, the barnacles their tongues don't extend correctly. So they just don't have tongues. And that's really bad because the main warning sign for if there's a barnacle over your head is the tongue. So basically that's like making them invisible of the scientists floating. Yeah, it's quite comical. So recently, actually, somebody made a mod on ModDB that fixes almost everything, which is great because there are some advantages that Half-Life Source has over the original.
Playing yourself.
Mainly that,
Playing
um,
yourself.
Half-Life Source has a few graphical improvements carried over from other Source games, such as the better water. Like it has much more realistic water because it's using the water from Half-Life 2, which has like very realistic water. Um, at least by my standards, I don't know if other games have more realistic water. I haven't checked. I mostly play old Source games. Um, and they also have some of the more realistic and newer physics from Half-Life 2, um, and all that. So there's a lot of stuff that's different about Half-Life Source, and if it were playable, it might actually be a more approachable experience than Half-Life, just because it's more like Half-Life 2.
the previously mentioned required test protocol, we can no longer lie to you. When the testing is over, you will be missed.
All right. I mostly want to skip to the end actually, because I want to see if I play at a lower FOV, will that actually fix the issue we saw? So I'm gonna switch us down to a 75 FOV. All right, and then we're gonna do load E. What is it? E0. How do I load a level? Load E02. Is that it? Hmm. How do I load a level in the source game? I haven't done that in a while. Because I want to skip like right to the GLaDOS fight. All right. Let's see. We need to. Oh, it's the map command. Okay, map, and then it's escape O2. Boom. Yep, there we go. That's escape O2. I'm gonna quickly take care of all these turrets, I think. Or actually, no, I'm not gonna bother. Oh, they actually killed me. Good for them. That's because I hesitated. Like, look at the lasers as they move. Like, that looks so weird. Yeah. Okay. All right. And like that's a cool upscale. Like that looks cool. Yeah. Like the game looks really nice and all that, but no. No, I just skip it. The way you're supposed to do it is all back there. Yeah, no, it's just that whoa, hi. That was a massive drop in performance. Oh, hi. That's a low resolution PowerPoint. Where's the projector? Oh, it's all the way back there. They put a QR code on it. Hold on, I need to scan this. I need to scan this with my phone. I need to know what this is. Scan QR code. There we go. Copy text, delicious and moist. It says delicious and moist. It's a reference to the song from the end of the game. Oh wow, it's so wow, that's really lagging. Oh, we are out of video memory. That'll do it. Oh, I know what I bet I know what it was too. I bet it's because we loaded a level and it didn't dump it correctly. I bet it didn't dump the old video memory correctly because we loaded a level or a map. I wonder if that's right. I know nothing about this. I don't know how any of this works. I don't work for Valve or Nvidia or any of this, so I don't know what I'm doing. But that's my theory: is that it used up all the free VRAM, which also, it's almost like they should put more VRAM on graphics cards. You know, because the 1060 had, if I recall correctly, 8 gigs of VRAM. And let's just check real quick. How much VRAM does my card have? 8 gigs. Or the same as the 1060, if I recall correctly. And I think it's also the same as the 1080. So, you know, maybe we should improve that over time. Okay. Uh, we are like actually out of VRAM, and that basically means that the game has to use my system RAM as VRAM, which, well, I do have plenty of system RAM because I have got 32 gigs of it. Um, Still not the greatest thing, so I wonder if I can get it to. Oh wow, those are not the textures I remember. I just turned off the enhanced texture for a moment just because of curiosity. That's not what I remember. Can we drop it to high in graphics preset? We're still out of VRAM. Okay, okay. Let's just save the game. Make a new save. Alright, and then I'm going to quit the game without saving, and then restart it so we can get our VRAM back. By the way, yes, that animated wallpaper in the background does actually waste a little bit of VRAM. Worth it. 100% worth it. I do actually have it turn off when a game's running, and it does actually not waste any VRAM when it's not running, so it's not as bad, but still. Okay. There we go. Alright, and are we out of... We are already running out again. Wow. Wow. It is chugging.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only
Alright, so
thing
let's
that
look
matters to
closely at
break so
GLaDOS
far
here.
is my heart. Maybe you could settle for that, and we'll just call it a day. I guess we
Like,
both
that's
know that
very
isn't
Portal
going
2
to happen.
GLaDOS.
You chose this
Like,
path,
this
now I
was
have to see
definitely from
yours
Portal
for
2.
you.
I think
Will you
everything above the head is from
survive?
Portal 2.
Or time out for a second.
Like, this head is
What isn't
obviously Portal
supposed to
1.
happen? Can
But
you see that
everything
grin that
else
fell out of me? What is that?
feels like
It's
Portal
not a
2.
surprise. I've
And
never seen it
then the
before.
personality
Never
cores,
mind. It's a mystery
that
I'll
is
solve later.
100%
And
Portal 2.
myself. Because you'll be dead. Where are you taking that thing?
So that's an interesting
I wouldn't
choice.
bother with that thing. My guess
It's
is
an
that
interesting
touching it will
choice
just make
to
your life even worse
copy over those
somehow.
models.
I don't want to tell you. You're kidding me. Did you just set that aperture science thing? We don't know what it does in...
One more thing that irks me. New versions of DLSS often don't get backported to older games that use DLSS. So, well, yes, I didn't like that. I don't know what you want to call it, artifacting or something, that weirdness that DLSS was causing in the elevator. It does actually boost performance. So I would like to see something like that pushed to my older games that use DLSS, like, say, Control. However, historically, new versions of DLSS do not, like, DLSS updates often do not get pushed to games that already used it before. They just get stuck with the old version, which I think is the dumbest thing, and it's another sign to me, another symptom of the reality that, hey, it seems that a lot of developers don't actually want to use these features.
to an aperture science emergency intelligence
Yeah.
incinerator? That has got to be the dumbest thing that... Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Uh, you don't, it's just faster. So basically, there's a button in there that opens this thing. And it's such that the distance is so great that you cannot walk it in time to place it in there while it's open. Like, you can't press the button, walk over, pick up the core, and drop it in. It would close in that time. So, you have to either use portals to get it to fall in by itself, which is what I usually do, or you have to portal over there, throw it in, and then get ready for the next core. My typical strategy is to portal into this room. Well, usually what I do is I'll set up the core somewhere in this area. I'll portal into that room, press the button, and then use portals to drop the core into the hole. So the next one's going to go up here, because actually they always go to the same spot. That one's literally Wheatley. That core is literally Wheatley. You know who that is, right? Okay. Is this one Space Core? It's Space Core. Wait, why isn't this one changed to be a core? Because that's basically a core. I also think it's funny how, like, the neurotoxin is just like a texture. Okay, that's an improvement. It didn't look that good before, but I'm not sure how they're... Oh, that's how they're doing that. Huh. I never realized how they did that particle before. Okay, that is... Space Core just is completely different when he's not ranting about space. That said, we don't know for a fact that this is actually Space Core. It could be just a different core with the same appearance, so... I just think it looks a lot like Space Core, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's actually based on the same model and textures and such. But at the same time, there was originally a yellow core. It was the Curiosity core in Portal 1, so it's possible that it's just an upscale of the original one. But I feel like one of them's probably... Like, they're all kind of based on the Portal 2 ones, right? Well, this one's a little bit purplish on the inside. So... that doesn't look entirely like Wheatley. Oh, so that one's the cake sphere. It just lists off recipes or ingredients for cake. It does actually, yes. However, a bunch of the ingredients shouldn't be in cake. Tuna fish. Yeah, there's a list online of like everything it lists, everything it mentions. And there's a lot of stuff in there that shouldn't be in cake. Alright, so we are now playing on our low resolution of 75. For some people that's actually totally normal, but for me it's a bit low. I'll be curious if it drops the FPS again this time. It stops as soon as that last core is destroyed. Sure. Were you timing, really? Of course you were. We'll see. Okay, see, that actually looks correct. Wait, does it look entirely correct? It looks perfect. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. Hold on, hold on. If I increase to 75 or to 95 to 90, apply. Okay. Why? Remember before there was like a huge explosion right here, a bunch of smoke that was clearly showing off where the edge of the texture was, and now it's gone. And also this is still here, but that I think is mostly Valve's fault. And there's just a random RTX 4090 right there because they have no self-restraint. There's been prog placement all over this thing. If you go into the Ratman dens, which I did before I was on stream. Oh, and it crashed again. Okay, so this thing just crashes whenever you try to see the credits, apparently. Who needs to see the credits? Yeah, why not? Alright, so what I need to figure out how to do is extract the DirectX 8 version of the Half-Life 2 maps. And then drop them into Portal with RTX. So, first things first, need to go here, and then we're gonna want, how do I go here, Portal with RTX, manage, oh wait, I'm gonna probably want to, oh hi, I don't need emails from Parsec right now, actually. I'd rather not dox myself with my emails showing up. I blurted out in the VOD. I'm too smart for that, come on. I'm not Linus, like, showing off his address on stream. No, he actually did that one time. Yeah. He had to move. Not really, he actually had just moved after that happened. Yep, okay. So last time I did this, I accidentally showed my entire file structure on the left side of the screen. I'd rather not, so I'm going to switch over to another mode, and then I'm going to click on Browse Local Files to make sure that none of my personal files show up on screen. Okay. As a matter of fact, let's go to the Intermission podcast. You're the host, Brandon. What do you want to do on the Intermission podcast? You have me. um, it feels like a you problem. Okay. Well, what do you think so far of the uh, portal thing? RTX mod. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna see how to do this. So I'm thinking the way you do this probably is just take Half-Life 2 and then you just like go to the Half-Life 2 folder, go to the maps folder, and then can I just copy all of the maps over to the Portal RTX mod folder? And then they're in the same format. I figure it should be able to read these. Alright, now I have to look up what is the first map in Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 map list. Alright, point insertion, the first map we actually want is D1 underscore train station underscore 01. Okay. Cool. So now we're going to start Portal with RTX again. I'm going to switch back to display where you can see my display. And let's see if I can load these maps from Half-Life 2. I am really curious because I saw someone else on Steam did this. Or someone else on Reddit on the Steam Deck sub. Or no, it was on the Half-Life 2 subreddit. Or the Half-Life 1. The Half-Life subreddit did this. Alright, map D1 underscore. It's there. Train station 01. Okay. Yo! It's got the wrong font. It's got the wrong font for the logo. It's using the it doesn't have the it doesn't have the voice lines either. And G-Man's missing his eyes. G-Man doesn't have no, his eyes are there. They're just in the wrong spot. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes. I'm actually way early. I'm ahead of him a lot on that. Let's see if I can do it again. All right. We're gonna do the lines correctly. All right. I have to. I feel I have a compulsion to. All right. Let's see if I can do like lip sync with G-Man. All right. This is a treat for you. Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest, and all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until, well, let's just say your hour has come again. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So, wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes. That was perfect. I think I actually had it word for word there. And that is like completely broken. Test Chamber 00. Yep, that's definitely the name of this map. Okay. And the windows are not transparent on the train. Okay, this is completely broken. I wonder how far I can get into Half-Life 2. Oh, I should see if I can copy over the voice lines. Okay, so the sounds that exist in Half-Life or in Portal 2 work fine. Dr. Breen is there. We've got a crazy strobing effect. Some of the textures are totally wrong. Yeah, textures that exist in both games and sounds that exist in both games are fine. But anything that exists only in Half-Life 1 and I forgot to copy over is broken. Okay. I don't have a flashlight. I have to go through this this level blind. Oh, and they also can I do full bright? SV underscore sheets 1. What's the full bright command? Would that even help? I don't even know if that would help. Okay. How do I have to get through this level in the dark? Okay, some things actually produce light. That's good. Oh, and the CP, or the Civil Protection officers have voice lines still. Okay. Huh. You, citizen, come with me. Oh, and there's no floor. There's no floor. Look, I got a standard relocation coupon just like everyone else. Need help with this one? Nah, I'm good. Get in. Oh, I was ahead. That's where he said he needed help with this one. Now, I'm gonna need me some privacy for this. Now, about that beer I owed you. It's me, Gordon, Barney from Black Mesa. Sorry for the scare. I had to put on a show for the cameras. I can't, what is it? I can't take too long or I'll get suspicious. I'm way behind on my beating quota. Yes, Barney, what is it? Sorry, Doc. Look who's here. Great Scott! Gordon Freeman! I expected more warning. Yeah, me too, Doc. He was about to board the express to Nova Prospect. Well, Barney, what do you intend? I'm thinking. Alex should be around here somewhere. She might have a better idea how to get him here. I don't know the lines after that. I got pretty far, though. That's how many times I've played this game. I just threw a book across the air by jumping off of this table. I'm amazed by how well this is working. Oh, man, that's what I was afraid of. Get in here, Gordon, before you blow my cover. Pile up some boxes. Get out that window. I'll meet you outside. I don't know what the line is after that. Oh, okay. And this room is broken. Pick up that can. and put it in the trash can. Okay, can I go through the door? Can I? Okay, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got through there. All right, here's the people getting in the bread line, and over here, everything's invisible. Why is everything invisible? I probably loaded the wrong version of the map. Oh, he's beating me up. Okay. Uh, okay. That's not nice. You shouldn't do that to people, by the way. It's not nice to beat people up. Oh, there's a bird. There's people walking. How far can I get just by, like, knowing the map layouts? This is completely broken. And I'm not entirely sure how much this is NVIDIA's fault. Okay, I think I ran into it. I'm running into a fence. Okay, that was interesting. Huh. Oh, okay. So the reason that we got that far is because this map, the one that has all this, like, invisible map problem, it's the first one to use a skybox. It's the first map in the game to use a skybox. So in Source games, the skybox is not like a literal box or even a sphere that's around the entire map. No, instead, the skybox can have complicated geometry, which can be, like, mirrored to kind of be scaled around the rest of the map, and that lets them use a low resolution for models and such at far distances, where they would be less noticeable. Um, and that's kind of how the Source engine handles skyboxes. So, if I can figure out where these skyboxes are stored in the map, because that's how they work. These are basically just, like, replications of other locations in the map. If I can find where they are, I can actually, like, see them properly. So, first things first, uh, enhancement assets off. Wait, they were actually replacing textures there? Yeah, they were. Wow, okay. But not much. Okay. Uh, why can't I use the console, please? Keyboard, details. Upper console's enabled. Why can't I use the keyboard? Keyboard, please? Huh. Okay. The console's no longer working. Hmm. So now, what I imagine, if I can find the DirectX 8 versions of those maps, because I'm not sure where they are, but if I can find them, then that might be the thing to do. So we're back to the Intermission Podcast. If you want to say your thoughts on what I've been doing the past couple of minutes, now is the time. Yeah. hmm I think I'd have to. Yeah, it should have been because I was able to get through multiple maps. So as long as I'm able to get through enough maps to finish the game, then yeah, it's fine. The problem is that every map's gonna be broken if it has a skybox. So if I can figure out how to get the DirectX 8 version of Half-Life 2 with all those maps, that should work. So I'm gonna look that up. Um, I would stream it, but I don't want to dox myself, so 2 X 8 maps. How to run Half-Life 2 on DirectX 8. There we go. Um, hmm. I'm not interested in knowing what Half-Life 2 is. I want to figure out huh, properties, set launch options, and write DX level 80, and then start the game again. And that will get it to run in DirectX 8 mode. Huh. Okay. So that doesn't get me the maps though, and I'm pretty sure there's a separate collection of maps for that. I'm not sure though. I've never actually played in DirectX 8. I don't think I've ever played video games in DirectX 8 because like I don't own anything that old. Okay. What I'll do, I'll start Half-Life 2. And I'm gonna temporarily put that in my favorites just so I can find it more easily. All right, Half-Life 2. We're gonna boot it up. Oh wait, I don't want to start the game. I want to actually edit the launch options. Of course, I'm just doing a crazy hack right now because once NVIDIA actually publishes the tools for NVIDIA Remix or RTX Remix or whatever they're calling it, this will be a lot easier to do. But in the meantime, this is what I want to do because I want to try and get Half-Life 2 maps to work. Oh, you know what? If I can get a game that doesn't have lots of skyboxes, that might be a lot easier. If I can get Half-Life source maps, those do have skyboxes, but there's less of them because that game is mostly indoors. Mostly. We could play Half-Life source in RTX. Huh. Okay. That's an idea. That's an idea. Okay. I see someone in the comments here saying I should actually use instead the launch options should be dash mat underscore dx level 80. Oh, that means I can actually do that in console? Okay. Also, for some reason, the RTX version of Portal Art has separate uh, achievements in Steam, which seems odd to me. Wait, it says It says 17.5% of players have the Fratricide achievement. That's the achievement for killing the companion cube. That means that only 17.5% of people who actually own Portal RTX have gotten as far as the companion cube level. You can't progress the game beyond that if you don't kill it. Wait, what percentage have actually finished the game? Only 10% have actually finished the game since getting Portal RTX. I am early. I'm ahead of the curve. Okay. Okay, we got the console. Mat underscore DX level 70, it says, is what it has set to. Okay, can I do 80? Okay. And map, we want D1 underscore train station, probably O3. Okay, still very borked. Also, I'm in the wrong map. Yo! It is entirely the skybox. Because where I'm right now, the skybox is invisible. Wow. Indeed. Well, let's try that in a sec. Oh, yep. That's where the skybox is visible. Oh, I can see inside here. This is super weird. Oh, and this again. And we've got weird sparkling. Huh. Okay, can I do that again? And the NPCs have... That is weird, like which voice lines carry over correctly and which ones don't. Guys, I'm trying to run from you, but like it's hard to do so when I'm stuck. Oh, I'm dead. They killed me. Yeah. Huh. Okay. So, if I can figure out how to get Half-Life 2 to give me maps that I can load correctly in Portal RTX. Half-Life 2 in Portal RTX. Uh, and see if someone was able to do it. Someone was able to do it because I see someone posting screenshots of parts of the game that have skyboxes. That looks cool. How did they do that? Update. Someone found skybox fix. Let's go! Someone found a skybox fix 2 hours ago. Nice. Thank you, Jessica, on YouTube. YouTube channel is called Jessica. You know what? I'm gonna show it on screen because I need to thank Jessica. Um, there you go. That is the channel. That's Jessica. Thank you for solving this problem. Uh, to the probably couple people watching. Uh, subscribe. They've got 22 subscribers. I've got a lot more than that. Subscribe. Thanks. Well, that's why I put it on screen. Okay, what did they do? R underscore 3D Sky 0. That's what they did? Map un... Is that it? That does fix it. It seems to fix it. That looks so cool. Okay, so the command they did, they did SV sheets, they did host timescale 5, and before that, or no, after that, okay, R underscore 3D Sky 0 is the command to do. Okay, R underscore 3D Sky 0. Enter. That fixes it. No way. Okay, so now, can I get other assets to carry over? Can I like copy over the voice lines too? I probably can. I can probably get the entire game working. That told it to handle the skybox differently, to make it compatible. No way. All right, I'm gonna move some more files around. I'm moving to the animation podcast for a second. No way. That's so cool. Okay, so are there are there other files I need to copy over to get it to work correctly? Materials, media, models, weapons. Resource UI. There's chat. Save. Scripts. Where does it store the voice lines? Because if I can figure out where it stores the voice lines, I can copy them over. Oh, well, there it is. It's a bunch of files called HL2 underscore sound underscore miscellaneous underscore 000. That's probably them. That's probably them. So I'll just copy over anything containing the word sound, I think. Um, and I'm not super worried about it breaking this install because I can just like fix it later. Like I mean, I'm probably not even gonna play Portal RTX again after this, honestly, because this is entirely a gimmick to me. All right, common Portal RTX, and then dump all these assets right here. Just by moving files around, I'm gonna hack Portal. I'm gonna hack Half-Life 2 into Portal RTX. This is super cool. I take it back, NVIDIA. This is actually kind of cool. Okay, that's kind of sick. Maybe I should clip it later and like show that. Okay, all right. Oh come on! It's getting good. It's getting good. All right. Uh, R underscore 3D sky 0, and then map D1 underscore what is it? D1 train station 01. Does the G-Man work now? Does the G-Man work correctly? Did I fix the G-Man? No, it didn't. He is still completely silent. Okay, that's fine. O2. We're gonna just skip his lines because you know what? He didn't have anything important to say anyway. Okay, those are some weird lights. And that's the sun. There's a... Okay, it's working. It's just not good. Oh, he's satisfied with me? Okay, cool. And Dr. Breen is causing seizures. Like, that's not good. But it does kind of work. Oh, give uh weapon or was it give weapon underscore portal gun? Nice. Oh, how do I get the second? Is it 2, 1? Oh wait, it's probably upgrade portal gun. There it is. Portal in Half-Life 2. Portal gun in Half-Life 2. Cause why not? Cause why not? We're breaking all the rules today. Also, this game looks completely broken. Like, oh hey, so the sections that actually have light sources are fine. Can I oh, I can portal into this room. You're not supposed to be able to get in here. That guy's supposed to stop me at the door. There aren't textures on the backs of these walls. Yeah. Wow, I am just totally breaking the game. Oh, and there's the skyboxes being weird again. So we've kind of done a trade-off here. The foreground works fine, but the skyboxes are broken. I could just portal around City 17 now, because why not? Oh, there's supposed to be NPCs here. Why aren't they here? This is how it always starts. First the building, then the whole block. They have no reason to come to our place. Don't worry, they'll find one. This is surprisingly good, like, working well. So, just watch. Someone will make, like, a full Half-Life 2 RTX mod by tomorrow morning. Like, it'll have it all working just fine. Oh, I should probably, give... What is it? HEV? What is it? Give HEV suit? Give Hev suit? Huh. Um... Let me just look that up real quick. HEV suit command. Is there a command to just give myself the have suit so I can have... Hmm. Oh, it's just give item underscore suit. Okay. Give item underscore suit. Do I have... Nope, no flashlight. I cannot use the flashlight. Okay. That's fine. There's NPCs in this completely dark room. Oh, and this room is lit up, though. And there's cars driving past. This is funny how, like, sort of broken it is. Huh. Light just comes in through that, through a solid wall. Yeah, sure, that's how light works. Yep. This is, like, mostly unplayable, though, with, like, how many sections have, like, no light to them. Well, yeah, like I do. So, now I wonder how far I can get with this. Oh, right, this is the part where I have to run along a wall. And the portals don't produce... Oh, wait, I can make, like, a kind of mobile flashlight of sorts. Because because, yeah, okay, that works. Okay, that's the bridge you walk up. Yeah, there we go, flashlight. I can light up small sections of the map. Oh, that was the bridge I was supposed to walk on, and I almost fell off. Why can't I have a flashlight? Why is a flashlight too much to ask? Oh, there we go. Oh, this guy's trying to take a picture, and the flash is doing that. Okay. Oh, and here's the part where we get beaten up, and then Alex saves us. There we go. Oh, and her voice lines don't work, so it's just like the sound effects. And her hair is broken, and so is her facial model. That's not creepy at all. Huh. Okay. It's funny how not broken it is, and yet how... Wait, hold on. Was her face almost working for a second there? No, it wasn't. And also her hair is missing transparency in several parts. Can I open portals on the moving elevator? No, I cannot. Alright, I probably should end the stream then. That was funny how much it worked, though. That's funny. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream there. Thanks y'all